This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time. He's got him. Side touch is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Make your coffee to perfection. Expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is
Good morning. Of course, there's the QR code to get you some Bear 6 actual espresso roast coffee. I hope you got yours. Got my good Army mug. And I'm sure Rob's got his ugly green Packers mug. Yep, there it is. And Ken, well, he's not. Ken has not become an adult yet, therefore we don't let him.
G is for greatness.
I was going to say he's a Bears fan. He's got no idea what that is.
Got no idea.
I have more idea than you know.
Hey man, what's up with the article I read yesterday? Now the Bear players are calling out saying they don't want Fields as the quarterback. They want
Fields plays for Pittsburgh. So
sorry.
So let me get to that. Let's get to that in a minute. There's other breaking news out of Chicago this morning, and that is offensive right tackle Nick Davis, who has been an albatross of a contract since signing, has been cut and released by the Chicago Bears. Nick Davis, the only reason we were keeping him on the roster is because it was more expensive to cut him than it was to keep him. I guess we finally passed that threshold. It became worth it to get him off the roster. Now look at in Ryan Poles' defense, when they signed Nick Davis away, from Tennessee, he was a good right guard. I mean, when we saw one of those signings when we signed him, everyone's like, "Yeah, this guy looks like he's a solid right guard. He played well in Tennessee, didn't miss games, PFF grade was great, looked like a good signing." But one of those guys, he got the contract, he got paid. I don't got to work with him no more. That's what he ended up being. And that's the problem with people. You think you're getting one thing and you get the other, but he's gone. So, along with the new OC now, he gets rid of basically one of the problem children of the offensive line and the cancer in the locker room. He's gone. So, another big change, big shift this morning in Chicago. Good morning, Luke. Thank you for the stars. And yeah, so things are changing in Chicago here mid-season. It's a rarity to see, but yet here it's happening. So maybe go ahead, Ken. Oh, he dropped it. Maybe the Raiders will pick him up because they like Bears retread.
Chicago slide could qualify for the Olympics. What the fuck? Oh my God, that's harsh.
No, it's not really, but okay. Now, if they lose the rest of the season, okay, that might be funny, but little 3-game.
Hey, why don't you be quiet?
Yeah, listen to your dad.
Dad's on school detail.
Yeah, kids think they know every fucking thing.
Yeah,
they
do.
look in my window.
I know, Diggs. What? Kids don't know everything? What the hell?
Diggs, come on, Diggs. You're
Now,
not one of those.
Now, Rob, to the article, there's a bunch of different articles out there floating around. The article I think you're talking about, though, the one I saw repeated the most, was where the players went to Eberflus and they wanted, it was offensive players, mostly. They wanted Shane Waldron gone. And they were saying, and maybe some said, maybe we should not play Caleb right now. But I think that was based more off of Shane Waldron's miscues versus Caleb, and maybe Caleb getting a little salty about a couple things. So yeah, I look at that goes more to what we were talking about yesterday about Eberflus still having the locker room. The players came to him, said, "Hey, coach, we need a change." The coach reacted, right? He reacted. I mean, he took what he saw with his eyes and what his players were saying and reacted. So I think we can make an argument that Eberflus still has that locker room, right? Because they came to him. Now, as far as Caleb,
I'll give you that argument for now, because from what you're saying, it still seems like it. We still got to keep an eye on it.
Oh, because certain fans, like the negative Nancy fans, like Mike and the media will, of course, because that's how they get their clicks and their likes. But I mean, that was a good sign.
We've got a Woody.
Woody, Nate Davis is gone as well as Shane Waldron. We're getting presents all week. Is it my birthday? Why, yes, it is my birthday week. Look at the Bears are getting presents all week.
Ken, I just posted that, Nate Davis. So yeah, you found out that for me, but that's congratulations, bud.
Yeah, well, Woody does get up at the butt crack of dawn on the East Coast, and I don't wake up till like 9 a.m. Central. So yeah, I kind of did get it.
Yeah, you got a rough life, Ken. I appreciate that. Yep.
Well,
while we're all hard working and out here hard working ourselves, you can just stay home for us. That's fine.
You're right about that, Sarah. I guarantee he's number one.
Well, hey, Ken, I think you and I could do exactly what Woody's talking about there, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a fucking plan to me.
Yeah, sounds good to me, Woody.
I can't do that. I can't fucking do that. I gotta be working, but today's my day off because I work Saturday. So there you go.
I got grandbaby daycare every day, so see, I do something.
Oh, so you have the best job and the hardest job out of everybody.
Yes, exactly.
My ass. My ass.
That too. God damn.
Really hard. It's really hard. Like
so. Hey, Packers fans, you ready for the fucking easy win this week?
Yes, fucking A, bro. Bring it. I love it.
Bring it, bitch, motherfucker. I can't wait for that. I can't wait. Yes, hey, I can wait.
Hey, last week you guys got 1 sack to their 9. How many do you think it's going to be this week? Our pass rush ain't shit this year. Right now, it ain't anyway.
Let's see. But it's your all our linemen. It's just our O line, and when Caleb has time, he overthrows. Yeah, but that's our O line, though. I like that.
We're gonna get a lot of picks today, or Sunday. We're gonna get a lot of picks.
I don't know about picks, but I'm putting.
You're gonna be in trouble.
I'm putting the over under with 12 sacks on Sunday. Over 12.
Wow.
See,
I'm about done.
I'm about confidence in our pass rush because I don't. I'm thinking.
Well, I think he said combined total everybody. I mean,
so am I.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit.
No, I'm done. I'm done with this season already. We had the win. I thought we had the win against Arizona and New England to even have a fucking shot. And with us not scoring a touchdown the last 2 fucking games gives me no hope.
19 drives to be exact.
Right now for the Bears, the injury report has basically all questions. The report's not out. ESPN is basically saying Darnell Whitewright's still questionable.
Well, already got fingers.
Well, Nate Davis is gone, so Brisker's still questionable. Brisker's the guy that concerns me. With out 5 weeks on that concussion right now. So hopefully we'll get Gay on and she can talk to us about that next week.
Woody, Luca wants to know if you're wearing a Lions jersey.
No, it's
No,
Tar Heel.
Tar Heels. Sorry. I know we lost against Kansas. I know we lost against Kansas the other night. Kansas #1, whatever. But Duke lost last night, so I'm now I'm horny.
No,
Oh,
he's
Oh,
a
God,
Woody.
Woody's
From a
horny.
Woody to a horny Woody.
Hey, I'm not shy. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
He's like Bear fans are looking at mock drafts. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm looking at our #1 pick. We might be number 2 with the Giants. So,
Hey,
who knows?
Joe has something to say about that. Joe's Raiders are fighting for that slot.
Joe, fuck you. You stay away from our pick. Fuck you. I don't want to hear that shit.
We were the last one without a chair in last year's musical chairs. This year it's our
Joe, I don't want to hear it. We earned it the last 20 years in a row. So
have we, motherfucker.
I don't want to hear that shit.
We've sucked bad the last 20 years. You act like the Raiders have been winning Super Bowls,
you tune into
motherfucker.
Ken and Ken in the morning today, and you'd get a battle of which team sucks more.
Hey,
absolutely, and the Packers fans are all laughing.
They're having a great time.
Yeah, so I have no hope no more. Fuck it. I'm done.
Whichever one we don't have, you guys can have if you want them. But I think
we should have got Jaden. That's what we should have had. We got fucked there too.
Ooh,
fuck that shit.
That's a spicy take. That's a spicy one.
Hopefully we have 10 picks and we get 10 offensive linemen. We might get depth then.
I mean, honestly, Williams is going to be fine, man. He's just going to take a year or two. He's not gonna,
I'm glad. Yeah, that's what we said about Fields too. I don't want to hear that shit either. Nope.
Hey, but the only thing is, you guys are complaining that you guys repeat everything. Just fix the O-line. Fix the O-line. I mean, get rid of that coach. Fix that. That's always been your problem for the last, I don't know how many. I can't even tell you, bro.
They've had
40.
No, the Bears have had some decent O lines. Here's the problem with the Bears, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
When they get a good O line and they get a good quarterback, then they let the defense go to shit. Then they go, well, we're going to work on the defense. By the time the defense gets back up to snuff, they've let the O line and the offense go to shit. The Bears over the last decade, decade and a half, have not been able to kind of bring up both sides of the ball concurrently. They always have something that they've neglected. This year, but I don't know if I would say they neglected the O-line, but due to injury and some other things, the O-line is that thing for the Bears. So look, now the Bears are in a nice position, right? If the defense can maintain for next season and we keep weapons, then all he's got to do is work on the O-line and then backfill some defensive positions with depth, right? Like you always got to bring in a corner guy or a safety or a D-line guy. You got to be backfilling some of these other positions. But they really have only one area of emphasis next year, which is a rarity for Chicago. Because normally it's like, we got 3 or 4 areas of emphasis we need to look at, and we always ignore one, or we don't adequately fix one. So this could be a little bit of a change for Chicago fans. I mean, I said it before on the O-line. I think they had in their mind an O-line that they really liked coming into week 1. Unfortunately, injuries happened and life happens, and they didn't even see that O-line. But, the season's not over. I'm not the negative Nancy like Woody or Mike. I think, look, there's still a chance for them to do something. Let's see how this let's see how this 8-game audition for our new OC goes. You never know. It might be just a difference of adjusting the line and adjusting the play call. And all of a sudden, the Bears are doing something. I mean, that's the thing with this league.
Let me ask you and other Bear fans this. You had 2 picks in the top 10.
No.
Do you wish now you would have taken one of those? And, because we talked about this, but remember, before the draft, taking one of those picks and, turning it into a bunch of picks. I mean, you guys might have been able to get your O-line help by doing that instead of going after another wide receiver.
You remember, I was for that. I was for keeping Fields.
I know. We talked about it. So I'm saying, right?
My God.
So, I mean, I was for that. Now, look at hindsight always being 2020. Would that have helped? I don't know. I think Caleb is going to be better than Fields. I think he is better than Fields. So, no, I'm happy with what they did. I think they thought they addressed the O-line with the signings they made and stuff, and then injuries happen.
Yes, he can saying that he thinks you guys should have traded the 9 pick for more.
I don't know. Yeah, but at 9, you're not getting a big of a haul. I mean, at 1, you're getting a massive haul. At 9, what are you really getting?
Hey,
Calm down, Schefter.
I'm curious to know, does Woody think that Caleb is better than Fields?
No, he likes.
I can't. I'm just going by the comparison with the offensive people that we have. I was wondering to see what Fields would do. Now, Fields, obviously, Steelers have a way better offensive line than we do, but Pittsburgh really didn't have anybody, and he got a winning record. He was 3-0 the first 3 games. So I can't really declare if Caleb Williams is so much better. Will you fucking drive, you ass? I can't do the comparison between Caleb Williams and Justin Fields, because if Justin Fields would have been on this team this year with this offensive personnel that we have, we never know. And plus, he's a dangerous runner as well. So it's hard to say. But I know who's better than Caleb is Jaden. Thank you.
He loves Jaden. But, that Woody though brings up a point. I've said it before, so I think that's one piece that would have helped the offensive line is Justin Fields running. Because Caleb doesn't do that, right? He's more of a pocket guy. Which is but here's the irony, right? Chicago fans, oh my God, we need a pocket passer. We need a quarterback that's a pocket guy. We need a pocket guy. Oh my God, we need a mobile running quarterback. Bears fans are so negative in general. I mean, look at some of the comments section. Dude,
I think Williams is everything you guys are needing. You just need more time.
We're 4-5, and you think we'd be 0-9 right now reading some of these comments, right? I mean, Bears fans are such a negative group of people to begin with, right? They're just negative. One thing goes wrong, oh my God. They're like Don Lemon. I'm leaving that. Who cares?
Not so fast, my friend. I didn't say anything about a pocket passer. I said we need a quarterback to extend plays when needed.
In general,
that's a totally different.
Well, I'm not talking about you specifically, Woody. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. I was ready to tear you up. But that's fine.
Well, but Williams does do that. Williams does do that to some extent.
Yeah, he does.
What? It extends a 10-yard loss with a sack. Don't give me that shit. Come on. He doesn't extend. There is no way. There's no way he extends plays.
Teach him how to throw the ball away. That's where coach.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's
throw the ball away.
Yeah, A-Dub, I think that answers your comment too, because you can see he's always looking downfield, reading for openings, for places the football. I think he's got 2 problems right now. One,
his hair.
Receivers weren't winning routes; they had nowhere to go, and 2, he's holding the ball too long in those cases and needs to learn better when to throw it away. Now, sometimes he escapes the sack just to walk into another one before he can even realize what the hell just happened to him. But I mean, line.
Well, Ken, like I said, okay, because of our offensive line issues, all these defenses have to do is say we're pressuring like 48 to 50% of the time. And that's the problem that we are having. And 9 sacks is terrible. So
I would think that Rob Haskell's was an offensive line that's so bad.
And then when Caleb, when he has time to throw, he throws some dimes like rockets because we've seen it on Sunday. But sometimes he overthrows the wide open receivers as well, and that comes with timing. But that's what training camp's about. They were talking so much. They were talking so much about Caleb Williams during training camp. And you know me, my negative self. I like to see it. Now this is bad. We have a losing record going into our division games. We are fucked. Plain and simple. Fucked. The season's, and I am negative, but I'm also a realist too. This season's fucking over. The Bears are not making the playoffs this year. Now, I said 10. I said 10-7. We're pushing that really hard. The 10 wins.
I'm taking more of a wait and see approach now with the what changes we made on the OC side and some of the changes going on.
They made changes on the offensive calling or whatever. They,
Right.
Waldron gone, but they didn't do nothing about the offensive line, coach.
But sometimes it's just a matter of changing one person, changing a call here, a call there, changing how you set up for certain plays. I mean, the parity in this league and the differences between a team that wins and a team that loses sometimes is so small. It can literally be one thing. So let's see how they do it. Like, I love this that we're doing this coming into Green Bay. Green Bay doesn't know what this offensive coordinator's, what he wants to do. There's no data on this guy as far as his play calling. There's no data as far as tendencies. So the Packers, in a way, come into it a little bit blind as to they don't know what this guy is going to do. That's an advantage in a weird way coming into the game.
It's going to go one of two ways. It's either to go the way you just said, or we're going to stomp the shit out of you and show you.
Hey, all right, Ken.
I can see that, Rob. It's going to go one.
It's going to go one of those two ways, bro. I don't think
that's the way it usually goes, right? But I mean,
Caleb better lace up them boots.
Yeah,
That's
what he's looked like. He's fucking wearing his boots, not cleats, dumbass.
For defensive planning purposes, though, that is an X factor now that Green Bay has to think about this. They don't know anything about this guy. No one does. No one knows what he likes to call on first down. No one knows what kind of pass plays he likes to throw. No one knows any of his tendencies because, there are no tendencies on tape anywhere for this guy. So for planning purposes, it makes it interesting. Now, for Bears fans, it becomes, can he make the adjustments with the personnel he's got that Shane Waldron obviously could not?
Actually, time out.
This is Hafley. Oh yeah.
Time out. I got two left. The offensive line is the same. It's not going to be a totally different scheme now since we're going, playing Green Bay. Green Bay's defensive coordinator, his fucking mouth is watering right now, saying we're pressuring 60% of the time. We're fucked.
But
plain and simple, we're fucked.
Woody,
my God, Ken, Jesus Christ!
Woody, I know. I'm sorry, Woody. I'm not negative like you are about everything. Thinking everything.
I'm not negative. It's just reality.
Woody, the world is ending. The world is ending. Oh my God!
And Ken, you said that the Bears wouldn't get rid of Nate Davis because of his salary, and we wouldn't fire any coaches. And look we did that in the same day.
Look at Davis contract is worth as much as it did to cut him. That was the reason they kept him. It cost more to cut than they did to keep.
I'm just saying what you said. I'm just going by what you said.
Hey, fellas,
he's got a mind meld.
Anyways, going back to this, the part of Waldron's problem was this, right? He didn't have the offensive line he needed or thought he had. Now, if this guy calls plays that alleviates pressure from the offensive line, and does things to alleviate pressure on the line, that makes the line better, Woody. So, yeah.
We thought who they thought we were.
And the O-line, hold on, let me finish the fucking talk here. The O-line, as we thought, as it was being called, was what he was absolutely right, was trash. Let's see if this guy does things to alleviate pressure from the O-line, which can be done.
Ken, I'll pray for you.
You guys act like there's nothing that can be done. When every analyst in the NFL is saying, look, if they do certain things, they can take pressure off the line. But here's Jason in the comments. Here's Woody saying, oh, my God, you can't do anything. Well, good, dude. Fucking stop watching football, and we'll see you fucking next year then.
Ken, I've been watching football longer than you, so don't tell me to stop playing or watching football. Yeah, I have. You haven't watching it. What? When did you start watching Bears football? When you were 4?
Somewhere around there. I was very, very young.
Please get the fuck out of here. Hey, Ken, I respect you. I respect you to a T, but I'm more of a realist than you. That's just that's the difference.
I'm not even saying that what you're saying is wrong. It could possibly happen, but at the same time, you just need a change. You're not even giving it the chance. You're just automatically assuming, oh, the offensive line is trash. There's nothing we can do. Well, I was given a chance.
I was given a chance like fucking 15 years, or when Fields was fucking drafted. I was given that chance.
That was my point yesterday, Ken, is you guys have had an O-line issue for a very long time. Before Eberflus got here, Eberflus has been here 3 years, has not fixed it. You guys have the same issue. It's always the fucking O-line not being able to protect your brand new quarterback.
And it's
That's
like
how
it's been. It's like I said yesterday, though, Rob. They made some off-season moves, and they thought they had fixed it, and they didn't. Injuries happen, and guys didn't what the standard they thought they were getting. I mean, look, when we signed Nate Davis appeared to be a really good right guard. He had a really good career in Tennessee, and he came to Chicago and does a complete
but
180.
you also signed a center. You know what I mean? Was basically $3 million. It was a cast off on different teams and made him your
Shelton.
center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he gets pancaked.
And you guys signed Alex.
And he knows the definition.
You guys signed Alex.
And now Shelton knows the definition of getting pancaked.
And you know what,
You remember when you guys signed Alex Leatherwood after we let go of him?
Shelton is ranked 11th in the
Joe's
NFL.
best pick.
So let's Isaac. Shelton is ranked 11th at the center position in the NFL. He's 11th out of 32.
That's Raiders' first round pick, Alex Leatherwood.
Which is where we were last year.
That's Raiders' first round
overall,
draft pick, Alex Leatherwood.
Overall, our offensive line is better last year than this year. Thank you.
Hey, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like if Eberflus has been there 3 years and he hasn't fixed the line, right? It doesn't sound to me like it's so much his fault. It sounds to me like you guys should fire whoever scouts your offensive lineman,
or fire Flus because he hasn't won a fucking road game.
I agree with that. On principle alone, I agree with that 100%.
Sorry to get in the play. Hey, yeah.
I don't know if
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get in the playoffs. You got to win a fucking road game.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Yeah. There's plenty of other reasons if you want to fire him. I was just saying I don't think the offensive line is necessarily all his fault. You should look at the scouting department and find out why they continue to bring you guys that don't work out.
Polls?
That's not polls. That's not polls. Yeah, you're right.
No, you guys have scouts.
Oh, okay.
You guys have scouts.
Yeah, polls doesn't have a say in anything. I got you.
I think Shelton is working out at the center position. I think, at right guard, the guy we brought in has been out the whole season. Let's see how he actually does when he gets in. But they don't have the depth. They don't have enough depth across the line. I mean, Tevin Jenkins, when Tevin Jenkins plays, he's really, really freaking good. The problem is you can't get this guy for a full game.
Mike, you can't do that, Mike.
He's asking for 10 Mississippi.
I know, we can't do that,
He's
Mike.
asking for 10 Mississippi for Caleb, dude.
What a disaster, man. What a disaster. Look.
What about 4 Mississippis? Can we do 4
Mississippis? You got all these pieces, right?
4 Mississippi.
People in the beginning of the season were predicting the Bears will make the playoffs, and you know what I mean. The Bears will have a better season than they did last year. That. I actually thought it might happen with getting Keenan Allen, Swift, all these other pieces. Get Caleb all these pieces and make it go. But this has been a complete disaster.
You would think somebody you would think somebody be the fuck open with all that firepower.
Right.
You know what though? Here's the thing though. The O-line.
There we go.
Right, fuck it. You know what? See you guys tomorrow.
Whoa.
Me and Ken can't be on the show together because I'll rip them apart. I'll tear them to pieces.
Dude, you can't tear shit to pieces, Woody.
Yeah, I will. Oh, okay, Ken. Okay, Ken. I don't get pissed.
Let's think about this, Woody. Why don't you shut the fuck up for a minute and think?
Well, let's not go.
No, how about? Hey, Ken, how about you come up here and shut me the fuck up? We'll deny that right now.
Don't say shit like that, bro. Come on, man.
Please, you ain't shit.
The offensive line.
Hold on, guys. Before you guys say something that you're going to regret.
The offensive line has been.
You guys are friends.
The offensive line has been a single point of failure with this offense. When the offensive line doesn't work, it cascades and everything. Now, the other thing, the players, obviously, Shane Walder, receivers were not winning routes, period. They're not winning routes. Why? They didn't give a shit because Shane Waldron and the offensive line is not protected. If the offensive line can't protect the quarterback can't get to the ball, the receivers who aren't getting open. There's your problem. Oh, but no, wait, Woody, I'm sorry. The season's over. Forget about it. Why do we even bother playing the game? In fact, you know what, Green Bay? We're not even showing up. Just take the W. We're just going to forfeit the season because Woody says, why should we even fucking try?
And then we should, and then Ken, we should all listen to your fucking mouth all the time, right?
Right.
We should all listen to you. I don't fucking think.
Everybody has.
I don't fucking think so.
Look, are you a Bears fan? Because I don't.
You talk so much shit. You talk so much shit. You talk so much shit. You think you fucking know it all. You fucking know it all.
Hey, I got a question.
Fucking know it all. I'll fucking clear you right out.
Let's change the subject real quick. Hey, who do you guys think is going to be that team that makes the run and gets into the playoffs?
Well, the Bears obviously
we got like what?
Woody says we
Ken, Ken, if you have something to say, dude, I'll pay for a flight for you to get the fuck up here, and we can talk in person. We'll see how fucking tough you are, because you're a fucking big mouth. You're a fucking big mouth. You're a big fucking mouth.
You guys out of show together. Stop. You guys are just
I fucking know it all. You're a tough guy.
Come on.
Yeah, right.
Hey, come on.
Tough guy.
No, I'm saying like, which team do you think right now that's sitting at like 4-5, right? Which team do you think that's sitting at like 4-5 is the one that makes the run and gets into the playoffs? Out of all like the 4-5 teams right now,
if the Bears can make the offensive line work and the play calling goes well, they have the talent on the team to make a run. They have the talent. The question is, can they ski? Can they make the right play calls that uses the offensive line we actually have versus the one we want to have? And if they can do that, they can make a run. They have the personnel on the defensive side of the ball, and they have the offensive weapons. But that's what we have to wait and see. But here's the thing where I'm getting pissed off. All these Bears fans who are such great fans, it can't happen. There's no way. Everything is terrible, blah, blah, blah. So we might as well just not even play the season if I were to listen to all these Bears fans. Now, look, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a negative guy. Maybe I'm a little more optimistic, and I look, I'm being realistic about it. I'm telling you, the Bears can do it if they do X, Y, and Z. I'm just not so negative saying the season's over.
Yeah, but that's his opinion too, man. He's entitled to his opinion, man.
I love
you act like no one else can have an opinion if they don't agree with yours.
Look, Woody and I don't have anything to say about football because neither of us have an opinion. We'll tell you that. We make a joke about it. I'm just saying, like, the negativity gets to a point where that's all we're doing is breeding negativity, right?
But you guys are in that situation right now.
Oh, bear down, Mike. You can shut the fuck up too and go fucking home. You're another one of those negative Nancy's that nothing's ever good enough for you. You don't even know what a winning
team is. It's another
fan,
dude. I don't get it, bro.
You've never seen one. Here's a guy, and I get where Mike is at, right? And actually, Mike's not so bad. He's saying, look, the season's not over. But look, guys, we can be negative about our team to a degree. That's fine. But then they make a change. Let's look and see what that change can do before we write it off as being nothing, right? But I got Bears fans out there. Oh my God, there's nothing you can do. Dude, the parity in this league is so small that one minor change, one player, one person on the roster even sometimes is the difference between winning games and losing games, right? The Bears had an OC who couldn't compensate for what his O-line was doing. Let's see if this new guy can compensate and if he can call plays that actually helps this offensive line out where it's struggling. Because Rob is right. We have O-line issues. We've had O-line issues. And every time we seem to think we get it, we're not.
He's actually not a new guy. He ran a Panthers offense that was kind of worse. We'll see though.
Michael said he thinks it's the Rams. He thinks that the Rams are getting healthy right now and that they could be a team that
it wasn't for Monday night. They looked
not the 4-5 teams, but with McCaffrey back for San Francisco and how they were struggling, I think they're going to be surprised to get into. But they're 5-4, I believe.
Yeah, and then I honestly wouldn't be shocked, even with missing the top two receivers, if the Buccaneers end up sneaking in somehow.
The Bucs are sneaky good.
Yeah, the Bucs. Yeah.
I don't know, not the way they played last week.
The Niners are a sleeping giant right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get healthy and I mean, they have the pieces. Like if you look at their roster, they have a lot of players in the top 20. So, like, that's the scary thing is that once the Niners get healthy, you know what I mean, they're gonna steamroll teams and then get in the playoffs like they always do. And they're that team that you can count them out, but they'll be there when it comes down to it. You know what I mean?
The Rams.
Arizona's not looking terrible either, dude.
Well, they're leading their division.
Arizona, they're
but
the Niners have to overtake them for the division.
Yeah, they do.
If the Niners want the division, they have to take over. They have to overtake Arizona.
Everyone talked about how bad the NFC West is going to be. The NFC West with the Rams, Arizona, and San Francisco is actually looking pretty good right now.
How much?
And Seattle's Seattle's not making a lot of noise, but they're actually record-wise they're still in it.
Yeah. You know what,
man? The difference in this league.
Seattle had a hot start.
You know what made me cringe like crazy is seeing Tua get kneed in the head. I was
I brought that up yesterday.
Yeah.
It's almost like the guy's trying to end his career.
That's really the thing about this league, though. I mean, look at the NFC West, right? The difference is so infinitesimally small for most teams in this league. I mean, there are a couple teams when you look at them where you look, okay, the gap is pretty big. But for about 90% of this league, the difference is a player, it's a coach, it's a play that goes one way or the other. I mean, it's not like there are very few teams in this league that week in and week out are getting blown out and just don't do anything at all. I mean, there's maybe one or two teams this season you can make that claim about that they're just beyond horrible. For every other team in this league, the differences are so minor. It's one thing going one way or one play, sometimes even early on, deciding the entire role of a game. So you look at the NFC West. You look at the NFC West. I mean, honestly, they're all in it.
I wouldn't count out.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't count out the Bengals too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're having their struggles.
Dude, I've been saying that. I don't have as much confidence that they will, but I do have hope that they will because I like Joe Burrow and I'm hoping that they put it together in the last part of the season and they manage to.
What is their problem?
Because I think they're the only chance to beat Kansas City. Their
problem is health. I mean, they've been having guys in and out. Joe Burrow hasn't been exactly healthy, but he's been more healthy these last couple of weeks. O-line is a big issue always. They never put O-line. That's another issue with the Bengals is they never consider O-line. Joe Burrow's probably one of the most rushed quarterback in the league. And it's crazy. If you watch.
Fred. Sorry, Isaac.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, Fred's talking smack.
Oh. But, yeah, the O-line's been a big issue. And, luckily Chase has kept his money issues away from the team. He's been balling. He scored 3 touchdowns his last game. You can't hear what I'm saying?
No, I said that game was insane.
I thought you said you can't hear what I'm saying.
I think Baltimore, Kansas City doesn't look like Kansas City of past. Denver really blew that game last week. They could have had them, but I think Baltimore is gonna pull it out this year with Kansas City in the playoffs. I really do.
Problem with Baltimore, though, and I mean, that's what I was saying. Kind of the same thing as Woody is saying. But the problem with Baltimore is this: every time Woody or myself will say something like, "Oh, Baltimore, man, that's the team that's going to beat KC," they go lay another fucking goose egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore is a really talented team. Look at Queen leaving. Definitely has affected that defense. That defense is not as good as it was last year. Not even close. But they're still really freaking good. Roquan is still a really good linebacker. They have an offense. They have a better receiving core this year than they did last year. But every time you think, oh, Baltimore, man, Baltimore's got to be that team, they just go out there and go, yeah, we decided to take the day off.
Yeah, here's the thing. When it comes to Baltimore, when they come into the postseason, teams are predicated to shut down the run. And that's what primarily the Ravens are going to do. I mean, even though Lamar does have talent to throw the ball, he has more of a tendency to run the ball. You know what I mean? Because that's how the offense is shaped. That's what John Harbaugh wants to play. He wants to play defense and run the football. And when it comes down to the postseason, teams are just more game equipped, ready, like to shut down that run defense and saying, "Hey, beat me with your arm." And Lamar can do it, but he's not exactly that kind of passer when it comes to the postseason.
But that's why they brought in. If you notice the way they use King Henry, and that's why they brought him in. They use him. Yeah, they use him throughout the game. Don't get me wrong, but they don't use him until they get into the fourth quarter and they beat that defense down some. They keep him as fresh as they possibly can, and he's killing people in the fourth when they can make that the game. I mean,
that's going to have to be their strategy with the Chiefs. Yeah. They're going to have to run the shit out of King Henry.
Because the Chiefs.
I honestly, I'm not counting the Steelers out either. I think the Steelers defense is ridiculous. And I mean, even with Russ, like they're 7-3.
And the thing with the Chiefs is they're winning predicated on their defense right now, not predicated on their offense.
Mm-mm.
Mahomes is
and the surprise
and Mahomes has been making a lot of mistakes this year, dude. Like that's the one thing that I think the Steelers could potentially capitalize on. Is Mahomes is throwing a lot of picks, and a lot of them are getting called back, but some of them aren't, and he's still, he's making mistakes.
And the AFC, the surprising team that I thought, because they lost so many people, was the Chargers. Actually, I'm very surprised on how they're playing.
Chargers are looking good.
If you look at the Chargers, though, they kept their quarterback. Look what the Chargers did, though. They kept their defense pretty much intact, right? What did they get rid of? All their pay schedule on their wide receivers and tight ends and running back. They bring in Dobbins on a rebuild. They kept their offensive line. They kept their quarterback. It's kind of like when you go to Buffalo. Well, Buffalo's not going to win because they got rid of the receivers. Yep, Buffalo is winning that division with ease right now because they kept their line. They kept their quarterback.
The other thing is Herbert is just now getting healthy, and the Chargers are hitting their stride. With a healthy Herbert, that makes a really deadly team.
Yeah. Well, and I think when you look at the Chargers and you look at the Bills, are they getting some overproduction from the receivers they have? I mean, if we'd all probably say yes, coming based off what they all did before the season, or the fact that there are a lot of rookies there, but they're getting the play they expected to get out of these guys, and they're winning games with it. I mean,
yeah, I think the Chargers are a one and done, though. I think that they'll end up making the playoffs, which give them credit. That's really impressive considering the lack of wide receiver talent. Like Harbaugh being in his first year as coach and to go in and like make the playoffs, I think they will, and I think that's impressive. But I just don't think they're ready to hang with the big dogs.
But here's the thing, too, though.
I'm not picking them to beat Baltimore. You know what I mean? In Baltimore.
I agree with that, Joe. But at the same time, Harbaugh can outsmart coaches, outthink coaches. You know what I mean? Like he has a tendency to do that. You know what I mean?
Can he outsmart? Can he outsmart his brother though?
Oh yeah.
Well, that already happened once, and he was not successful in outsmarting his brother. So.
Yep.
I mean, that's not an indicator of future things. I'm just saying, like we have seen it before.
Yeah, Pacheco is coming back for look at in Kansas City, they've been winning predicated on their defense, but they are getting. I don't know if Pacheco being out has really hurt them, right? Because they bring in a running back from the past, and he's been doing really well. But they are getting Pacheco back. They went out and they got D-Hop. I mean, that offense in Kansas City come playoff time is going to probably back to its form. The Chiefs are this team that, like right now, they're winning with an offense that's running at 50%. Maybe 75%. They're definitely not running on all cylinders, and they're winning games. Can you imagine what this Chiefs team is going to look like come playoff time if that defense is still just as solid as it is now, and their offense is improved? They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, their offense still looks like it's going to be a running game and just D-Hop, though.
Which team is the most ahead team now?
And the Chiefs are not fully healthy too. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm kind of the mind that once the Chiefs lose a game, they're going to lose a few more. Like the floodgates will open. But they just got to drop.
I got the mindset that the NFL is trying to make it to where they're the undefeated team and they get the three-peat with the undefeated season.
Oh my
God! No. Hey, Darren, that's not a Honolulu blue shirt. What he's wearing? It's a North Carolina.
Hey, Hey, the Swifty injection has been put in slowly. You know what I mean? Now the Swifty injection is all the way in. The serum is in to the NFL.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, we know how the power goes out in the Super Bowl. It's because the Ravens were up 28-6.
Mac Jones starting for the Jags against the Lions.
Yeah, that's done.
Oh,
didn't that happen in the Niners game too? The Niners Super Bowl, where the power
it was the Niners Super Bowl against the Ravens,
right?
Man, I really thought I really thought Jacksonville would. Oh, I was hoping they pull out against the Sheagles. Oh my goodness gracious, fuckers!
I mean, A-Dub, you're not wrong, man. They're gonna Pacheco Hunt, and that's gonna create the passing plays for D-Hop. You know, I mean, that's gonna be the
that connection is brewing up pretty early. Mahomes, the D-Hop.
Everybody thought D-Hop was washed.
Yeah, no.
Well, D-Hop, remember last year.
Hey, and as quiet as it's kept, Xavier Worthy's had a pretty good rookie season too.
And they haven't had a healthy Pacheco, so that's the other dangerous part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that KC.
But Xavier Worthy, I think, is going to be a weapon.
He's like Zay Flowers for Baltimore.
Yeah.
Is he fast?
Yeah, Zay.
Jesus Christ!
He's the fastest dude in the
world. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Who can actually?
He makes Tyreek. I mean, he actually I think he could smoke Tyreek. He's that quick.
City in the playoff.
Baltimore.
On the AFC side.
I think Baltimore, Buffalo, but they haven't really proved it yet.
That's why
I don't know about Buffalo. I don't know.
That's why it'd be great if the Bengals make it. Joe Burrow owns Mahomes.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's the only one.
I mean, I still want to agree with Woody that it's Baltimore because
I really do.
They've got the team. Look, and it's not to say
what about the Texans? You guys don't think the Texans are going to?
No. I mean, I don't know.
You know,
that first half they played against the Lions. They play like the first half against the Lions. They're a formidable team.
Texans' issue is the O-line as well. Their O-line's pretty shoddy.
The Texans gave Baltimore a hell of a game in the playoffs last year, right? So I mean, maybe the Texans beat KC 1 out of 10, and maybe they get lucky, and that's the 1 out of 10. I mean, I'd say the front runners would have to be Baltimore, and after that, it's Buffalo. Houston has a shot, and yet, because Burrow just has his number, it's kind of like the Niners with the Packers, right? The Niners just have the Packers number in the playoffs, but
I would give Pittsburgh a shot too. I'm not gonna I wouldn't go into it picking Pittsburgh, but I'm gonna say I don't count them out. I think they could actually give Kansas City a run.
The question is, they got to go to Kansas City to do it. It's not like they're doing it at home. They're going to have to go to Kansas City. Whoever does, have to.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's a cold weather team too, and their philosophy hasn't changed. They're going to run the ball and play good defense, and both those things translate in the playoffs. So
we're talking about though are cold weather teams that play outdoors. Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincy.
You know what's also scary about KC is Kelsey hasn't been playing his best football yet.
No.
So
quiet. I don't know if it's yet. With his age, he might be finally starting to hit that decline.
Well, because Taylor lost the presidential debate. That's why Kelsey's not playing good.
Well, look,
it's been actually it started last year. He's been declining.
So that's
since last year.
So Joe, you're saying all the teeth scrapings getting to him?
Because I think he only has 2 touchdown catches this year so far. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's look at this though. Let's say no one in the AFC can beat Kansas City. Who in the NFC can beat Kansas City?
Detroit.
Is that it?
For what?
I didn't hear the question.
Who in the NFC could beat the Chiefs?
Maybe Detroit. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of teams that
it might be the hottest team. It might be usually the hottest team going in the wild card too. You know, the hottest team going into the playoffs. Look what the Giants did back then against the Patriots.
Rams, I think look, if the Rams get hot like they did last year, and the only problem the Rams had last year with their run, and it's something they're going to have to fix this year, is Stafford will get you to the red zone, but their red zone efficiency has sucked. Even this year, they're not great in the red zone. If Rams get hot and Stafford can start scoring touchdowns instead of getting field goals, Stafford's a guy who could beat Mahomes.
Because Stafford doesn't turn it over in the red zone. I think he has one this year. So.
I think you know what I wouldn't pick them necessarily, but I think if the Packers played the kind of game that like Jordan Love could take care of the ball, like I think the Packers could give the Chiefs a run too, because they would run the shit out of Jacobs, and they have an opportunistic secondary, and Mahomes has been showing that he's apt to make mistakes. Like they could potentially capitalize on it. It would just be Jordan Love. He cannot turn the ball over at all. Like if Jordan Love could keep the ball, I would say they could give him a run.
Joe, I'm glad that you said it, because if I would have said it, I would have been called the biggest homer on the planet.
What about the Vikings? What about the Vikings?
No.
They got a shot if Sam Darnold plays like he did the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
If he plays anything at all like what he's played the past couple of weeks, there's no way in hell.
Yeah, agreed. But I don't think that the Chiefs have anybody that can cover Justin Jefferson. So
the Commanders,
I think that would
actually that's a good one. A-Dub. I don't know about the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm iffy on the Eagles too, but the rest of them I agree with.
No Eagles.
Are a scary team.
No Eagles, please.
I don't know about the Commanders either. I don't think that they're playing good ball, but I don't think that they're in the same league as the Chiefs.
So how do you look? How do you look at the game this week, Washington and Philly?
I think Philly's gonna win that one.
Fuck you. Next.
Hey, Woody, you're gonna love mine because I'm going with the Commanders.
Oh man, Ken. You know what? Ken? I would have came to your house and cut that tree up for you too, if you would have said that earlier.
I got a couple more that need to come down.
You mean the guinea hair on his face?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
Hey, I'm full flesh, Guinea. I'm full flesh. That's fine.
Hey, so there we go. So that's why Woody and I get along.
Yeah. But I'm hoping Washington, obviously pulls it out. But I don't know. I really don't. AJ Brown's getting hot again. Yeah. And Deontay Johnson, Jesus Christ, and Barkley too. So it's gonna be tough.
The other thing about the Eagles is their young secondary, like Cooper DeJean, Mitchell, and all those guys. They're flying around the whole field. If you watch that defense,
I agree with A-Dub too. The Commanders, and especially in talking to Commanders fans when I was out there, they went out and they signed a bunch of serviceable guys to play defense on 1-year deals, and the guys are playing out their minds right now. They're playing really well. I don't know how long they can maintain it. The Commanders, though, are an interesting team, and after they got that Hail Mary, man, they've been playing really good ball. I was surprised they lost this week. When you look at the NFC, there are so many good defenses that could possibly shut down Kansas City's offense. But the problem for the North or for the NFC is what offense is going to do well against that Kansas City defense, which might be one of the best defenses in the league. That's how they keep winning their games.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit, after last week, now I got to question Detroit. Because if Goff has a 5-interception day against Kansas City, dude, I'm sorry, you're not winning that game. I don't care how much.
And plus they barely beat Houston, and they have a lot of injuries on their team. So, and their Mark Anderson didn't play either, or Will Anderson didn't play either.
Like Green Bay is interesting, right? But it's like, okay, is Jordan Love's been making mistakes? The offense hasn't clicked. If they get their offensive going and their defense keeps playing the way they're playing, they have a legitimate shot. The Vikings have a legitimate shot. I'm not going to say the Bears do, but the Bears have talent to make an argument at some point. You know, you look at the Niners, their defense has suffered. Offensively, there's talent they can't seem to put together. The Rams have the talent on both sides. If they gel at the right time, they can do it. Arizona, I don't know what you can say about Arizona because they're another team that got the talent, but can they put it together for that game?
I think Detroit would have against KC with because their running game 1-2 punch is unbelievable.
Yeah,
but hopefully Dan Gamble, he might gamble too much. We've seen that too, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing about playing the.
I just got to say, at this point, I don't have any faith in the Niners beating the Chiefs. They've had too many opportunities, and they just choke it away.
And the Eagles too. I don't have any faith in the Eagles being able to do it. To be honest with you.
Thank you for that.
You got to face the KC refs. You know what I
mean? I'm telling you, I have that strange feeling that they're going to try to make Kansas City undefeated for this three-peat. Just so they can play Mahomes 18,000 times more.
Pittsburgh's going to.
But they're a very quiet, undefeated team. Like I didn't even know they were still undefeated for a couple weeks ago. They're very quiet.
It's because Mahomes is not doing Mahomes thing. They're winning. Look at their defense. They're winning predicated on defensive play right now. I mean, yeah, Mahomes will still do a fourth quarter comeback, last drive kind of thing, but they're not winning because the offense is beating people up. They're winning because the defense is doing it. And you kind of saw that a little bit last year too, right? The defense was the reason why they were as good as they were. Their offense was still putting together some big plays. Don't get me wrong, but it was the defense carried Kansas City the last couple years, and they're doing it again this year. But I think they're doing it more so this year than last year.
Yeah, and Jay, after watching the Kansas City games this year and all super lucky calls, we'll phrase it, that they've gotten, you're telling me that you're not questioning it?
So does Andy Reid retire at the end of the season one way or the other, or does he keep going?
I wouldn't.
Oh, if he pulls off the three-peat, and especially an undefeated three-peat, absolutely. He's going to ride off into the sunset, and that's how he's going to hop over Bill Belichick in the argument of who's the better coach.
I don't know. I still put Belichick up there.
I would say if he could pull off the three-peat and the undefeated season, you've done stuff that Belichick's never been able to do, and you got multiple Super Bowls too.
When was the last three-peat?
Belly.
What'd you say, Ken? I didn't hear you.
When was the last three-peat?
Green Bay.
That's what we're talking about.
Talking about the Super Bowl era, never.
Super Bowl era, never.
Yeah, Super Bowl we've only gotten back-to-backs.
And Buffalo, if you're counting losses in a row.
Hey guys, we're getting up on it. Don't forget tonight, House I'll report at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. if you're on the Woody East Coast
time
zone.
It's going to be good tonight, right, Woody? It's going to be good tonight.
It should be fun tonight.
My opinion's not changing.
I know it's not, buddy. I know it's not.
So anyway, everyone have a great day. Enjoy your day, and get ready. Tomorrow we'll be talking the predictions for the week. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Go back up.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time. He's got outside. Dobbs is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.